So, finger bang, chicken wang, EGK, Igaze, Lil Pump, Lil Xan, imitate Lil Wayne. I should aim at everybody in the game, pick a name.
He's got Shakespeare's wit, Busta's speed, and a dragon's fire. We're talking Slim Shady. Who else? Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Eminem verses. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we will be breaking down M's best verses to date, but we'll be excluding guest verses, such as his appearance on the Dr. Dre classic Forgot About Dre.
Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips, just a bunch of gibberish. And exactly, they forgot about Dre. Hey yo, this is my love song.
Number 10, Drug Ballad, featuring Dina, verse 1.
This is how we used to make the party start.
Ever the storyteller, Eminem takes listeners on a journey into the depths of his own depravity with this silky smooth introductory verse. Drug Ballad from M's seminal 2000 album, the Marshall Mathers LP, delved into his well-documented history of drug and alcohol abuse with lines like, "We used to mix hen with Bacardi Dark," and "I'm so high that I might die."
You are now allowed to officially slap bitches.
In verse 1, M invites us to enter his intoxicated mind as he meanders his way through a fictional house party. It's the kind of fun-loving, listen-with-friends track that the iconoclastic rapper simply does not make anymore.
Let me out of this place, I'm out of place, I'm in outer space, I've just vanished without a trace.
But I don't go around fire expecting not to sweat.
Number 9, No Love, featuring Lil Wayne, verse 2.
Bitches try to kick me while I'm down, I break your leg.
Eminem held nothing back on this track, spitting fire with impactful lines like,
I ain't never giving in, I'm getting caution to the wind, complete freedom.
and showing off his trademark with gems like,
So I'm top pulling from the top, I'm not gonna stop, I'm standing on my monopoly board. That means I'm on top of my game and it don't stop till my hip don't hop anymore.
It basically turns Lil Wayne's verse into an afterthought, with one critic quipping that Wheezy was basically relegated to the role of a hype man for a whole 2.5 minutes. True to his word, M was alive and well on this track.
Bitch, you get no love.
Number 8, Square Dance, verse 2. The Eminem Show was filled with so many iconic songs, including this standout. Square Dance saw Eminem exercising a few political demons, lamenting America's involvement in Iraq and calling out then-President George W. Bush, the US Senate, and even Uncle Sam. Verse 2 paints a compelling picture of a world in which young men are drafted and sent to fight a political war on foreign soil, something Eminem rails against with acerbic wit and piercing hyperbole. The entire song is a middle finger to Eminem's perceived enemies, but the second verse contains the best jabs. Number 7, Sing for the Moment, verse 1. Imbued with emotion from the first chord thanks to a sample of Aerosmith's Dream On, Sing for the Moment featured an Eminem locked and loaded and ready to take on a range of different subjects. However, it's the song's first verse that hits home the hardest, with Mathers taking shots at the difficult upbringings of early 2000s youth. It's clear that Eminem is drawing from his own turbulent past, but makes his lyrics ubiquitous enough that they can be applied to any era, past, present, or future. Best lyric?
His house is a broken home, there's no control, he just lets his emotions go. Dale Earnhardt of the trailer park, the white trash god, kneel before General.
Number 6, Rap God, verse 3.
So you be Thor, I'll be Odin, you rodent, I'm omnipotent.
Eminem spits lyrics the way Stephen King writes novels, quickly, and his rapid-fire flow was never more on display than in Rap God's third verse. In the verse, he manages to run through a slew of different styles and tempos and drops more metaphors in 3 minutes than most rappers deliver in an entire album.
Enough rhymes to maybe try to help get some people through tough times.
As the title of the track implies and the third verse confirms, Eminem is truly a rap god. The Grammy-nominated song features M spazzing out for nearly 6 minutes, dropping a ton of diverse references that both established his cultural longevity and his affinity for rap history.
Morphing into an immortal coming through the portal. You're stuck in a time warp from 2004 to...
I get your
Number 5, Just Don't Give a verse 1.
back and forth because this is
Few song titles personify an artist as succinctly as this. Just Don't Give functioned as both a brilliant introduction to an up-and-coming rapper and a perfect embodiment of Eminem's core mantra.
Slim Shady, brain dead like Jim Brady.
And while the entire song is peppered with tiny moments of personal introspection, the first verse is easily the best.
Admit it. Okay, while we coming out in the open.
Instead of inviting listeners to question what he's all about, M straight up tells them with lines like, "My name is Marshall Mathers, I'm an alcoholic." And going on to say he'll slit your throat and he's coming for your cash.
Coming with your bitch, I'm coming out swinging so fast that it make your eyes spin.
If it weren't for the head bob and beat, we'd be terrified. Number 4, The Way I Am, verse 1.
I sit back with this pack.
After My Name Is, record company executives were pressing Eminem to pen another radio hit. His response was The Way I Am, a dark and brooding song about the perils of fame and the pressure that comes with obtaining mainstream success. The song as a whole is brilliant, but it's the first verse that seals it.
But at least have the decency in you to leave me alone.
It features a clearly agitated Eminem lashing out at everyone and anyone, including music critics, fans, and boy bands like NSYNC. He closes with the line,
I don't mean to be mean, but that's all I can be, it's just me.
That pretty much says it all.
Till the smoke clears out, am I high?
Number 3, Till I Collapse, featuring Nate Dogg, verse 2.
Comes on till the lights go out, till my leg give out, can't shut.
In just one verse, Eminem displays 3 complex and wildly different emotions. First, he reveals admiration for his craft with the line,
There's a certain feeling you get when you reel and you spit and people are feeling your shit.
Next, he shows off a vulnerable side by saying,
Trying to hold on to it 'cause you may never get it again.
finally, he expresses humility, listing 8 rappers ahead of himself on his self-proclaimed greatest rappers of all time list.
Goes Reggie, Jay-Z, Tupac, and Biggie, Andre from Outkast, Jada, Corrupt, Nas, and Thimmy.
Number 2, Stand, featuring Dido, verses 3 and 4. When the real Slim Shady finally stood up, he produced an opus of magnanimous proportions, laced in tragedy and told in 4 brilliantly distinct verses.
Dear mister, I'm too good to call and write my fans. This will be the last package I ever send your ass.
Listening as the titular character prepares to kill himself, all because his musical hero wouldn't write him back, is brutal. But it becomes all the more real when Eminem finally responds, realizing in time that the man on the news and Stan are one and the same.
Dear Stan, I meant to write you sooner, but I just been busy. You said your girlfriend's pregnant now. How far along is she?
Stan isn't a song, it's a Greek tragedy.
You got some issues, Stan. I think you need some counseling to help your ass from bouncing off the walls when you get down some.
Rolling Stone listed it as one of their 500 greatest songs of all time, and after just one listen, it's easy to understand why.
If you had one shot
Number 1, Lose Yourself, verse 1.
to seize everything you ever wanted,
Eminem's most well-known verse not only helped him take home an Oscar for Best Original Song, but also solidified him as one of the greatest rappers of all time.
His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, there's vomit on
Everyone and their grandmother can recite the lines, with each one having permeated itself into the hearts and minds of a generation of music lovers the world over.
Snap back to reality, oh, there goes gravity.
The passion that M puts into the verse is unmatched, setting the stage for what has since become his most iconic track.
Back to the lab again, yo, this old rhapsody, better go capture this moment and hope it don't do it.
Seriously, you know you've written a masterpiece when people are using a song with the words Mom's Spaghetti as their workout inspiration.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.